We plan to continue to invest heavily into our future plans, which include the Cybertruck, next generation platform, in-house cell production, energy storage business, and our autonomy and AI-enabled products. And we plan to do this while keeping the business financially healthy and industry-leading. To accomplish this, we need to remain focused on cost efficiency and working capital, and in particular, unwinding the strategic inventory buildup left over from the pandemic. I want to conclude by thanking the Tesla team again, as well as thanking our suppliers and our customers.
Thank you very much. And let's go to investor questions on say.com. The first one is, what is the process to make auto pricing adjustments? What variables do you consider? How frequently do you review pricing?
Do you want to take that, Elon, or do you want me to take it?
My apologies, sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, I think this is not something that we can really talk about. It's just we do our best to evaluate the production output, macroeconomic conditions, and we make a decision. But it's unless there's something you'd like to add, Zach.
No, I think that's right. I mean, as a team, we review where we stand globally on a weekly basis, and certainly can't get into the details of the reasons why certain decisions are made. But it is something that's very actively managed by a subset of the leadership team.
Thank you. The second question is, do you still believe Tesla Energy will be bigger than auto? And when will you provide more formal guidance on Megapack and overall Tesla Energy?
Yeah, I should just clarify, like bigger than auto from the standpoint of like total gigawatt hours deployed. So it's possible automotive revenue may be higher, but gigawatt hours, I think, will be probably higher with stationary storage. If you just look at what's needed to transition the world to a sustainable energy economy, there is more stationary energy storage needed than there is mobile energy storage. So, and we are seeing growth of our stationary storage well in excess of automotive. So that is in line with expectations.
Yeah, and on the guidance part of the question, and maybe Martin, we can combine this with the next question, which is on guidance for margins. Just have a single comment there. You know, I think we will get to the point where we as a company provide guidance on the storage business. I say storage is a combination of both the Megapack business and the Powerwall business. Relative to total revenues of the company, it's still fairly small. And the business has a lot of volatility currently, both in terms of volumes as well as financials, just given the small volumes and kind of diversification of the customer pool there. But as this business grows and smooths out, I don't think we're that far away from it. I think including these volumes on our day 2 production and deliveries release is something that we'll start doing. And then we can talk more formally as a business about our expectations over the coming year. I think it'll be a few more quarters before we get there.
Thank you. The next question, as you said, was already answered. So let's go to the battery question.
Oh, sorry, just one other thing I wanted to mention on margin. While we're not providing specific guidance there, I mean, just to set expectations of where we think this business will go in terms of margins, probably generally in the ballpark of what we've seen historically on the vehicle business. We generally look to mid 20% gross margins for any program that we launch. And so we're not there yet on this business, but that's what we're working towards.
We're hopeful to get there later this year, but that's not a promise. That's an aspiration.
Thank you. The next question is, how well are 4680 cells meeting the expectations described on the battery day? How long will it be until the cells meet those goals? Drew?
Yeah, so on battery day, we established a cost down roadmap through 2026 across 5 areas of effort. There was the cell design we discussed, anode and cathode materials, the structural pack concept, and the cell factory itself. We've been making progress across all these aspects since then. For the cell factory, the Texas 4680 factory, we are partway through building and commissioning and installing and operating. will be 70% lower CapEx per gigawatt hour than typical cell factories when fully ramped, in line with what we described on Battery Day. And we're continuing to further pursue densification and investment reduction opportunities in future factory buildouts like in Nevada. On the cell design, we're in production with not only the first generation tablet cell we unveiled on Battery Day, but a second, more manufacturable version in Texas today. On the cathode material side, we have a number of activities underway per the Battery Day roadmap. For lithium, our Corpus Christi lithium refinery breaks ground this May. Our goal is to start commissioning portions of the facility before the end of the year. The refinery uses the sulfate-free spodumene refining process with reduced process costs, no acid or caustic reagents, lower embodied energy, and actually produces a beneficial byproduct that can be repurposed in construction materials. We discussed all of these concepts on Battery Day. Same with cathode precursor. We've successfully demonstrated a lower process cost, zero wastewater precursor process that we described on Battery Day at both lab and pilot scale, and are in the detailed design phase for incorporating this technology into the front end of our Austin cathode facility. On cathode production, we are 50% equipment and 75% utilities installed at our new cathode building in Austin, with our goal to begin dry and wet commissioning this quarter and next quarter, with a target to produce first material before the end of the year. Structural pack, we saw big improvements with pack manufacturing with the 4680 cell and the structural pack concept, 50% lower CapEx and 66% smaller factory for the same output in gigawatt hours per year. We do believe structural as a concept is a good one. It's simpler. We'll continue to structurally load the cells and use the pack as the floor of the vehicle, while iterating the design to closer to B-level execution of this A-level architecture in future programs. And zooming out for the 4680 team, Q1 was all about cost and quality. We made significant improvements in both areas. In Texas, production increased 50% quarter over quarter through yields